Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for The Last of Us Season 1. So, as always, I'm going to give you good, the bad, and the furry. To start off with the furry, deers, dogs, clickers, obviously, another animal that I won't spoil, all make an appearance. So, moving on to the good and the bad. I already reviewed the first episode of this, linked in that in the description down below, but this is for the overall season. And what I will say is that I thoroughly loved this show. For context, I have never played The Last of Us, but I have seen a couple of reviews on it because they've released it so many different times, and then I did see some videos on the controversy surrounding The Last of Us 2, the game. So I do know a couple of things that happen in there that I feel like would be spoilers for, I don't know, the future of this. So I won't go into those. But again, never ever actually played the game myself. The other thing that may also be influencing my love of this show is I absolutely love Pedro Pascal. I've loved him since I saw him, and I think Prospect was the first thing that I really noticed him on. Was like, I'm gonna watch this guy's career, and then I've seen him in a bunch of other things, and I'm just like, yes, every time, except for 1984 Wonder Woman. And then also Bella Ramsey, the whatever house she was on Game of Thrones, she was just badass in that. So it's great to see her continue to be badass characters. So yes to that. And I don't know anybody else in this show by name. Tamara, I can't remember her name, but the chick from Sookie's best friend from True Blood makes an appearance here. So good. I like seeing her in more shows because she's also badass. Anywho, this show, much like I said in the first episode, does not suffer from like pacing or sizing issues or things where you had to like work around a budget. It felt like anytime they needed an exterior set, they were actually outside. Anytime that they needed to digitally enhance to like overgrow a city or whatever else, I felt like they did that very well, and at no point did it feel like they had sloppy CGI or that they shot things or changed how an angle was or what they showed and just like talked about instead of showing because of budgetary reasons. So I do appreciate that they pulled out all the stops to make this show worth the money and be like a high budget show, and it definitely shows how good it is. And I thought the pacing was excellent. I liked the guest stars that they had, and the flashbacks were not overly done, and I thought they kept things interesting. The pace for pretty much all the episodes were good. There was a couple of little there's a couple of times where just like, okay, yeah, now we know that this is gonna go bad in this way, and it's gonna happen, okay, but it was still fun to see the process of how things went that way, even though you kind of knew where things were headed for, an episode or two. So I thought they did really good on this. Pedro Pascal kicks ass every time he's on screen. They continue to. Bella Ramsey was fantastic. And like I said, the other characters were. And pacing, things that happened, it kept me interested, and I hope this is a good comparison for y'all. But I thought that and I haven't seen The Walking Dead, I haven't seen the last several seasons, and it's been a long time since I've watched The Walking Dead, but my nostalgia for the first couple of seasons of The Walking Dead, where I thought they were really, really good, was the same thing with this. I thought they had good pacing and a good journey and logical, amount of survival and how they survived and how they got things working, other than maybe how long gasoline lasts, but whatever. So that was fun to see, and I thought that they had the right amount of horror, the right amount of humor. The two main characters had great interactions with each other, and I can't say enough good things about this show. This is just absolutely fantastic. I would say maybe the one thing that I didn't like as much was I felt like the ending was just a little abrupt. It was enough, but I would have liked a little bit more of an epilogue thing, because from knowing what the controversies were with not season 2, but The Last of Us 2. Again, I don't know if The Last of Us TV show ended anywhere near the end of Last of Us game, but I feel like it might have, or they might have another season before they get to The Last of Us 2 game. But from what happened in the Last of Us 2 game, from what I heard, I don't really want to see that. But what happened in this one, I thought was sufficient for the season. But I still would have liked maybe another 5 minutes of epilogue, or like, here's what happened, or like, whatever. Like, I would have liked just a little bit more, because I felt like they kind of ended it. And maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention during this last episode, but I was like, what has changed with that character? Like, why is that happening? There's something up, and I feel like maybe they're waiting till the next season to tell us what was up with that character. But I'm not going to say anymore because I feel like we might get into spoiler territory at that point. So just leave it to say 2 thumbs up. You should check it out. Let me know, did you like it? And what did you think of it? Just in the comments down below. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye.